Hello there, and welcome to another episode of Replay Roundup. I'm Keyhand, I'm being joined here by Iksta. Hello, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Couldn't be better. A nice coffee to go with it, and some Caliban gameplay coming up. So, yeah, I guess let's jump into it and see what Mr. Rosvalach is going to do on mines.
Yes, so we have mines, South Spawn in a Caliban against tier 9s. So we'll have to see how he does. Me personally, I am very timid when it comes to playing the Caliban. I don't like peeking in it. I don't like shooting in it because the reload is so long. You can go make a cup of tea in the time that you end up reloading. So, you know, I don't know how I feel about it. Link's already taking the hill, ELC going up to chase along with a Shah Future, and then we get the spots on all the heavies coming to the middle as well. Fortunately, the Shah didn't take too much damage going up into the middle, nor did the Lynx or the ELC, so they should be able to secure that, which already, straight off the bat, one, is amazing that they've won the hill from the south side, which usually isn't the favored side for winning the hill, but also two, going up and not taking a lot of damage in return for it is also amazing. You love to see it when things like that work out for you, and our player in the Caliban has gone straight to the middle and is looking to make a peek by the looks of it, as he reloads his second shell.
Yeah, indeed. Both shells now loaded in the auto reloader, and he does see the 703 peak here, and we'll see he takes a shot at the lower plate, and indeed 598. And that is just, you know, perfect. That's just what you want to have in your Caliban.
Yeah.
Not sure if he should be peeking right now, because bounces an STRV.
Yeah.
Because normally you want to reload that second shell as well, because it's just got the... Oh my goodness. What the hell? What a snapshot. Sir, that was illegal. I might have to report you.
Yep. I don't know how we managed to pull that one off, but that was an amazing, beautiful shot. Also, ricochet from Sturv. You know, trading the HP for the information. He now knows there's a Sturv at the back, but, you know, could have probably told him that from the start, to be fair.
Yeah,
now,
I mean,
now it's the... Yeah. Now it's the long wait of reload time, which is where my love for the Caliban ends and Ikabu's starts, I think. He enjoys playing this tank. I absolutely hate it because of how long the reload on this tank is. It's ages.
I mean,
it is.
It's perfect for streamers, right? Because during the reload, you actually get the time to think and like have interaction with your chat. So that is where it comes in quite handy, I would say. But yeah, personally, I'm more a connoisseur of tanks with good gun handling, and while the Caliban is a lot of things, it's certainly not a tank with good gun handling. However, in turn, it does get that 2 shots with the alpha damage to go with it, and oh wow, he does connect that snapshot as well. He takes one in return, but like in the Caliban, you're like, yeah, I don't... Okay, now he's just straight out,
Now he's just flexing. Russian tanks, fuel tanks at the front. You hate to see it, but it happens. Make sure you have firefighting crew skills and preventative maintenance on your crew, because if you don't, expect to be like Mr. 430 there and being a barbecue inside your tank. Great shooting by the Caliban, gotta be honest. A couple of them are snapshots, so I don't know how I feel about that. Like my Caliban snapshots never hit, man. It makes me feel sad, but hey, you know, fair play is his snapping all the right tanks.
I mean, to be fair, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So, yeah, so far he hasn't been missing a lot of those. And now we can see him preparing to go onto the hill. He has some pixel there, I think, onto the IS-2. Yeah. But like, oh my goodness, that's such a small target to hit. He's obviously, he still wants to reload the second shot, and now... Perfect timing with the peak by the IS-2 too, getting one shot in there, and now only the 50 TP remains here. He does have one more shot, but the cupola, that would be too much, man.
That would be too much. Unfortunately, it's not what happened to Sturv. K hits it. Keep in mind, he is shooting AP here. Had he had HE loaded for that clip that he just fired, he could have probably taken out the IS and the 50 TP just with HE rounds, to be fair. Now we see him take the hill, and he's going to do something which... not a lot of players do when they take the hill. A lot of players will go straight up into position and try to shoot. He's waiting to get unspotted, and on top of that, there's a standard B underneath him, there's a Renegade underneath him, there's a 705 underneath him. All three of them will proxy
reloading
spot
HE
him
now.
no matter... Yeah, reloading HE now as well. No matter what he does, where he peeks, he will get proxy spotted. So he is making the smart play of loading HE because he knows he's about to get squishy tanks like the SHPTK, the Waffenträger, and possibly also the side of the Sturv, and the rear of the standard B, as we're about to see. And there it is, 886.
You love to see it. Oh,
and he
my
goes for a second one, 814. Back to garage goes the standard B. That's how you play auto reloaders, Mr. Standard B. But like he's gonna take his time here, using this tower as cover from the tank destroyers, and he's just gonna use his time. He's gonna back off and get unspotted, and he's just gonna wait. He's not gonna make any risky peeks where he doesn't need to and where it's not worth the risk. And that's not what you see a lot of players do on mines. And you know, it's refreshing to see a lot of the time.
I mean, on mines in such a small map, as with all small maps, you need to keep. You need to always keep in mind basically the angles, and right now, as you said, he's taking that tower to sort of shield him from the TDs, and now he's backing off, finally trying to get unspotted because he was in proxy range of the Renegade before. I guess in Rozvalac's case, I would have loved for the Škoda to just take out the Renegade, but that is obviously pretty risky, so I also understand why the Škoda doesn't do it as of now. But yeah, now he is going to attempt a sneaky blind shot or two. We can now see just him lining up the shot with the double bush there as well. The Škoda now taking a shot by the SHPTK, a second one. He also is on fire, and the SHPTK is actually able to finish off the Škoda. So now our hero in the Caliban, actually the only one on the hill, and let's see here now. He's lining up those shots. He's taking his sweet time, just like the loader is in this tank when he tries to reload the tank. And yeah, he's now, you see an explosion by a different tank. You see him thinking, should I do it? Should I stay or should I go? Basically with that one. But I think we are all set and done for a possible blind shot here.
I know how this turns out, so I'm not going to say anything for now. But let's just say you have enough time to go make yourself a cup of tea as I did.
Or a coffee in my case. So let's have a quick sip here.
Okay. Well, but as you can see, 705 has now rotated slightly further back because, you know, the IS-3A on the right side. Charity has come up onto the hill now as well to support. We see the Leo and the SHPTK on the one line have also taken a fair amount of control, and we still have the Sturv and the E75 holding the middle, and the Waffenträger, of course, just chilling back here, covering the IS-3A if anyone tries to push across this way. And now the Charioteer goes into position, spots the Waffenträger of Panzer IV, and now we wait and see if this connects or not.
Yeah, the Waffenträger obviously trying to... Ooh, did I see an explosion there? I'm not entirely
sure.
An
explosion. You did indeed see an explosion, sir. Yeah.
Right. I think also, the Chariot has the stock gun. I don't think HE splashes are a thing anymore. So yeah, if you see an explosion, that definitely means you completely missed the enemy tank. We'll have to see. Obviously, he can't go forward right now because he would get proxied by 705 and Renegade, and then you have the SHPTK to crossfire. So I understand why he isn't going forward. And definitely that is the smart play.
On this side here, it looks like there was a bit of a play by the enemy team. They took a CDA and the 5120. They pushed, they killed the SHPTK, and the Leo's now been forced out of that position despite taking out the CDA. So 5120 possibly could clean up the 1-2 line, and then we could have a slight issue where, you know, things start to go downhill, and the Charioteer just dropped off the hill, man. But in comes a huge shot. 903 into the 5120. You hate to see it. You really hate to see it.
I mean, in golf, you would be talking about a hole-in-one here onto that 5120. I mean, just lobbing that shell into the turret. You saw a yellow pen indicator, but to be honest, with those shells, it's just, like, it is fine.
I mean they go upwards and then dip down. Yes, no, this definitely isn't fine. The 705A is being really aggressive, but he's so tunnel vision on the E75 right now. Side of the turret, straight through 869, back to garage you go. Next up on the chopping block, possibly the Renegade. And we'll have to wait and see how this goes. The IS-3A has died on the other side. Here comes SHPTK. Has he got HE loaded? No, standard, and... Nope, 842. This is where it gets risky, but the SHPTK shoots the 4 instead of the... Caliban, and the Renegade hits the track. Yeah,
I mean, yeah, he couldn't possibly wait for his second shot here, so I agree with disrupting the reload of the second one just to get that last shot in case you die here. So yeah, split-second decision, but in my opinion, the correct one. And then luckily for him, someone else picks up the SHPTK. So
yeah,
he could have died here,
SHPTK missed. I'm not sure if you saw that. The SHPTK went to shoot and he landed the shell next to the Caliban on the floor. So I assume maybe his turret got taken out or damaged or something within that meantime.
Or maybe the gunner or the gun. I mean, yeah, if you penetrate with those shells.
Any of those. Slight bit of copium, I guess. But hey, you know. Unfortunate for the SHPTK, not so unfortunate for our friend in the Caliban who is going for the 3 mark. As you can see, he has 2 marks already. The IS-3A did die, but so did the Sturv K. The 5120's fallen all the way back, so now it's just the Renegade, the Sturv, and the 5120 left to deal with, and we'll have to wait and see how this goes.
Mind you, at that distance, actually, the STRV, it has 40 millimeters of armor, and those shells, they are so incredibly slow, but in that case, it actually helps you, because they will be coming from so far above, in the hash case, Shell's case, there we go, that you stand a decent chance of penetrating the STRV, actually, and those AP shells, they will overmatch regardless, if he decides to reload them. But yeah, the Leo on the other side, able to taking out the 5120. And now the STRV does get spotted, and he always has to take his sweet time to aim. Didn't take the time to aim, though. And also the second one misses. The second one misses as well. So, yeah, I guess once again, we'll have time to take a quick sip of coffee or tea, and then...
Yeah, I guess so.
We'll have to wait, because the Waffenträger is still full HP here. That means the Waffenträger, if he wanted to, he could go spotting. The Leo, not so much anymore. And finally, the STRV gets spotted again, and you can see that green pen indicator switching to yellow now. And he just has to wait for the gun to reload. 2 seconds, 1 second, and he does get the shot off 402 to finish off the game. And that is his 5th kill of the round, securing the win here. And I guess it's time to take a very quick look at those juicy post-game stats. 7,299 right now here. We did see in-game on the board. However, if we take a look at the stats, by the way, congrats to the 3rd mark of excellence on the Caliban. We see one of those blind shots did connect, 8,157 damage and 5 kills to his name, together with a high caliber and a tank sniper, ace tanker, obviously. So, yeah, good stuff from him, although I have to say, some of those shots, man, RNGesus was definitely with him.
You know, you take it or you leave it, and in this case, he definitely took it. He took the luck that he was bestowed in this match. And you know, you want to guess what tank he hit with the blind shot?
I guess you tell me.
It was a Waffenträger for 858, man.
Ooh,
that's brutal.
So he did connect it in the end.
I think it must have been someone else that tried to shoot that we saw the shell explosion of. But hey, you know, that's a wonderful thing. In a Caliban, firing 14 shots, hitting 12 and penning 11. That is, even on a small map like Mines, that's nothing to scoff at, especially considering he used a fair share of AP and HE rounds. So very well played. 196,000 credits profit. That's insane. You love to see it, even while firing a couple of gold rounds and also while going for a 3 mark. So, hey, fair play to Rozwalach in the Caliban on Mines, doing 8.1k with his 3 marks. Congratulations. And once again, if anyone out there wants us to feature their replays on Replay Roundup, when you submit your replays to What Replays, make sure you put Replay Roundup in the title. If we see it and we take a look, we may consider it on a future episode. That being said, I'm Iksta. I'm joined by Keyhand. We hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what you think of the gameplay in the comments section down below. Like the video if you loved it, and don't forget to subscribe for more future content. We'll see you in the next one.